So anyone with any ounce of awareness of the world, of themselves, anyone with any life experience, obviously knows that no good deed goes unpunished. Pretty obvious. That's something you learn early on, you know. It's not something that you need a lot of wisdom to figure out, right? And it's an exaggeration. Not every good deed goes unpunished. But generally that's how it feels, you know. And it's hard to motivate yourself to do the right thing when trying to do the right thing, living like a good person, right, makes you more likely to be exploited, makes you easier to betray, you know. You are often the one extending the olive branch first just for it to backfire or get thrown in your face, you know. So it's hard after a while, maybe even just a short while, to convince yourself to be good, to be loving, to be kind towards others, to be patient and selfless, etc. The incentive just isn't there, you know? And I think that's the point. I think ultimately that's the point. And this is something that's helped me because I do believe personally in being as good a person as you possibly can be, morally, you know. Sure, you've got wealth and luxury items and things and comforts, you know. You can live your life trying to pursue all those things if you want, I guess. But, you know, as the studies show, after a certain amount of income, it just doesn't satisfy you after a while. For the average person, at least, you get diminishing returns on life satisfaction when you pursue just material things. But the best way, the most effective way to pursue material things is to be cutthroat, you know. You do the right thing if it suits you, your self-interest, but when doing the right thing would cost you something, require sacrifice, you know, screw that. Do whatever is necessary to get what you want, right? Whether that means being a little bad or being a little deceptive, right? That is just the way of the world. And so if you want success in the world, that's the path you follow. But it will not give you what you hope it will give you, you know. That's essentially what, you know, the research shows, and that's what ancient traditions have said since time immemorial. And so what are we supposed to do then, you know? If you try to be a good person, you just suffer for it. But then you try to suit your own self-interest and you're just kind of left with nothing at the end of the day as well. What do? You know, what are you supposed to do, right? Well, like I said, this is some advice that has helped me. And it's essentially to realize that no good deed goes unpunished on purpose, right? If you are trying to be a good person, whether you think virtue exists metaphysically, spiritually, whether it's for religious reasons, or maybe just that you can sleep at night or just live with yourself and not be guilt-ridden, etc. The reason why we have to suffer for doing the right thing is to prove that we're doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, you know? If you don't do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, and you're always expecting a reward, or you're looking for a reward, and you're going to complain if there isn't, that makes you a mercenary, you know. And that's not very virtuous. That's not very good or moral or ethical or whatever. I think most people are actually in that boat. So I'm not slamming you, I'm not slamming myself, because, you know, I'm in that boat sometimes. But the point is to get to a level where you can do the right thing, and it will cost you. It will require sacrifice, maybe big or small, right? But you do it for the love of the game, you know? You're good because you like being good, and because being good is good, right? Whether that's metaphysically true or not, you know? It has a real impact on people's lives. It will have a real impact on your life, you know? And that's how you know, that's how other people know that you're actually a good person. So it's how you can live with yourself and how you can have any ounce of self-respect is by doing the right thing even though it costs you something, you know? And so when you're going through it and you're trying to live as best you can and you're trying to be kind towards others and things just are not going well and it just sucks, you know, that's supposed to be the case. That's supposed to happen. That's planned. That is the point. It's supposed to suck, so that you can show to God or yourself, right, to society, whoever, that you're in it, you're committed, and that it's about the right thing. It has nothing to do with reward. And that's how you know that you're actually virtuous. And so if that's the path you want to pursue, you can't complain about the suffering that comes along with it. First of all, it's not a very virtuous thing to just complain, right? Willy-nilly, and murmur, and etc. But that's exactly what you should expect. And so don't pity yourself. This is what you signed up for if you're trying to be a good person. And I'm not saying the other option's that good either. So really, this is like the only option where you get to keep your soul, right? If that matters to you at all, if you even believe that exists, right? Well, certainly your conscience exists. So if you even want to keep your conscience, this is really the only path for you to pursue. And it's going to cost you something, just like everything else in life, And so don't expect to devote yourself to being moral, good, ethical, without it costing something from you. That's the point, okay? And that's helped me. And that's genuinely helped me because it helped me to reframe why I'm doing things that I do, because I don't see a point to just material obsession or fame or status or whatever. It's like, it's fleeting, it goes away, it's nice in the moment, but it leaves you, it's not, I don't see any point in it at all anyways, but other people might. Let them do whatever they will. But the only possible other option then is to pursue some form of spirituality, some form of virtue, trying to be a good person, whatever that means, something above and beyond that transcends this physical realm that we're in, that we're trapped in, this floating rock in space, or, however you want to think about it. It's the only other option. And if it's going to cost me, if it's going to suck to try to, if it's possible, save my soul, keep my conscience, fine. I'll go until I can't go anymore, I guess. And so, but at least knowing this gives me no excuse to pity myself. But just to know this is what I signed up for, this is the point, so just suck it up and do it. So that's my motivation to all of you.